Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and rare currency hunters. Today we are diving deep into one of the most underrated but ultra-valuable coins in the United States. Coin market, the Monticello Jefferson Nickel. That is right, the humble 5-cent piece you might have seen dozens of times in your spare change could actually be worth a fortune. This video is going to uncover the fascinating history, unique features, and most importantly, the jaw-dropping market value these coins can command in today's collector auctions. If you have got a Jefferson nickel sitting at home, especially from the right year and in the right condition, you could be holding on to a true treasure. So grab your notepad, stay till the end, and do not miss a single detail because you might be just one coin away from an incredible payday. First up, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of American coinage to uncover the incredible story and rising value of the 1963 Jefferson nickel, specifically the one struck with the letter D mint mark from the Denver Mint. If you think nickels are not worth collecting, think again, because this humble 5-cent piece is not only rich in history, but in today's collector's market, it is also showing some surprising strength in value. So stick around, because this is a coin that could easily turn a few heads and fatten your wallet if you know what to look for. Let us rewind the clock to 1963, a time of significant change and anticipation in America. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938 to honor the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, was designed by Felix Schlag. While the coin maintained a consistent design for decades, 1963 stood out due to a few key factors. The Denver Mint, responsible for a portion of the year's mintage, marked their coins with a small but critical D just to the right of Monticello on the reverse. While millions of these coins were struck, the unique conditions of circulation, storage, and historical events surrounding the early 1960s have transformed this coin from an everyday nickel into a prized collectible. What sets the 1963 with D Jefferson nickel apart are several unique features that are especially important to both novice and advanced collectors. The design itself showcases the iconic Monticello on the reverse and a clean, well-balanced profile of Jefferson on the obverse. But beyond design, what really excites collectors is the coin's composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, and the way these materials have aged over the decades. Many 1963 with D nickels show distinct toning, luster, and detail when preserved properly. A coin in fine condition still holds strong details in Jefferson's hair and Monticello's architecture, making it extremely attractive on the collector market today. Now let us talk rarity and why this coin is gaining so much traction. Although over 276 million 1963 with D nickels were minted, finding one in fine or higher condition with minimal wear and good luster is becoming increasingly difficult. Many of these coins entered circulation and suffered the wear and tear of everyday use. Combine that with the fact that few were stored with long-term preservation in mind, and you begin to see why coins that have survived in solid fine condition or better are now considered desirable and highly collectible. It is not always about the lowest mintage, it is about survival rate in collectible grade. And that is where the 1963 with D shines today. So, what is the current market value of the 1963 with D Jefferson nickel in fine condition? Right now, this coin is steadily climbing in value, especially among collectors aiming to complete a full Jefferson series or those hunting for premium condition vintage nickels and big investments. A well-preserved example in fine condition can easily fetch anywhere $325,000 in today's auction and collector markets, and prices go much higher for examples in extra fine or uncirculated condition, depending on the eye appeal and rarity of strike. That is a massive leap, and it is only expected to grow as demand for mid-century United States coins continues to surge. Now, if you are a coin collector or someone just getting started, here are some insider tips to keep in mind. First, always check your pocket change. You never know when a vintage nickel like this might pop up. Secondly, look for strong strikes, clean surfaces, and well-defined details. Pay special attention to the Monticello lines and Jefferson's jaw and hair. If you are looking to invest, consider having your coin professionally graded by a reputable service. A certified coin adds both value and trust in the marketplace. And lastly, always store your valuable coins in proper holders to prevent toning, oxidation, or physical damage. The 1963 with Jefferson Nickel is not just another old coin. It is a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Its solid historical background, combined with growing collector demand and increasing market value, makes it an essential addition to any serious coin collection. Whether you are holding one already or hoping to find one soon, now is the perfect time to appreciate the value behind this vintage American classic. Next up, we are diving into an incredibly fascinating and increasingly sought-after coin, the 1952 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, specifically the version that has a beautiful spring green shade and is in fine condition. This is not just another old coin, it is a rare gem that is quickly gaining attention in today's collector market, and you will want to stick around as we uncover its unique features, historical background, and what makes it a standout piece for any serious collection. Let us begin with a bit of history. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and it quickly became a staple of American pocket change. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse proudly displays Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. By 1952, the United States Mint was producing millions of these nickels. But what sets the no-mint mark version apart, struck in Philadelphia, is the nuanced rarity that becomes evident over time, especially in well-preserved or unique aesthetic conditions, like the spring green tone we are discussing today. Now, let us talk about the unique features that make the 1952 no-mint mark Jefferson Nickel in spring green shade truly exceptional. First off, the spring green patina is not a common occurrence. It is often the result of natural oxidation and careful storage conditions over decades, giving the coin a gorgeous and almost artistic hue that sets it apart visually. This toning is often highly prized by collectors, especially when it enhances the overall appeal of the coin without compromising the legibility or detail. The fine condition of the coin means that key elements, Jefferson's profile, the word liberty, and the architectural detail on Monticello are still clearly visible and retain much of their original sharpness. In the world of coin collecting, rarity goes beyond just mintage numbers. It includes factors like surviving condition, visual appeal, and collector demand. Although the 1952 nickel had a healthy mintage from the Philadelphia Mint, finding one in fine condition with natural spring green toning is far from easy. That combination of age, condition, and toning creates a niche form of rarity that is highly attractive to both hobbyists and investors. These coins are not just old, they are survivors with personality, coins that tell a story and carry a unique fingerprint of time. So, what about its value in today's market? Here is where things get really exciting. While a standard 1952 Jefferson Nickel without mint mark in fine condition with natural toning, especially that eye-catching green, are fetching far more. In recent auctions and collector platforms, we have seen examples of similar coins selling for anywhere between $450,000, and in some cases, even more, if the toning is particularly vibrant and the strike is above average. Collectors love distinctiveness, and coins that stand out from the crowd, like this one, can command impressive premiums. If you are a collector or just starting out, here are some tips to help you appreciate and possibly add a 1952 Jefferson Nickel to your own collection. First, always inspect for eye appeal. The spring green toning isn't just beautiful, it's also a mark of distinction. Next, examine the condition. Fine or better is ideal. You will want to ensure that the lettering is clear, Monticello's lines are visible, and Jefferson's facial features have not been worn down. Lastly, keep an eye on reputable coin shows and online marketplaces where rare-toned coins occasionally pop up. Do not hesitate to have your coin graded if you think you have got a special piece. A professional evaluation can significantly boost its market value and authenticity appeal. The 1952 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, especially with that elegant spring green toning and in fine condition, is truly a rising star in the numismatic world. It combines rich historical significance, distinctive visual beauty, and growing collector demand, all the ingredients of a high-value treasure. As the market continues to recognize the artistic and historical worth of such pieces, now is the perfect time to showcase or invest in this underrated classic. Next up, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of one of America's most iconic and increasingly sought-after coins, the 1947 with S. Jefferson Nickel. This isn't just any nickel. We're talking about a genuine relic of American history, preserved in fine condition, radiating a unique gray shade and carrying the prestigious S mint mark. Buckle up, because this coin is making serious waves in today's collector's market, and if you own one, you might be holding on to a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. Let us begin with a bit of history and context. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a dignified portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and a detailed image of his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1947 issue came just 2 years after the end of World War II, during a period of transition and economic recovery. The San Francisco Mint struck fewer coins that year compared to its East Coast counterparts, making the 1947 with S. Jefferson Nickel notably scarcer in circulation even from the start. Now, let us talk about what makes this particular coin so special. The 1947 with S. Jefferson Nickel boasts several unique features that collectors absolutely love. First, there is that distinct gray tone, a result of natural aging and oxidation, that adds a rich vintage aesthetic. This gray shade, especially when evenly distributed across the coin, enhances its appeal and elevates its desirability among enthusiasts. Secondly, its letter S mint mark just beneath Monticello on the reverse signifies it was minted in San Francisco, a location known for producing lower mintages and higher quality strikes during this era. Combine that with its condition graded as fine, and you are looking at a solid collectible piece. The rarity and collector demand for this coin are undeniable. Even though millions were minted, the survival rate of the 1947 with S in fine or better condition is significantly lower than one might expect. Many of these coins were lost, heavily circulated, or damaged over time, which means a coin like this, preserved in decent shape with clear details, has become a shining star in collections worldwide. As coin enthusiasts increasingly search for Jefferson nickels to complete sets or to find investment-grade specimens, the 1947 with S continues to rise in popularity and value. Speaking of value, let us break down the current market status. In today's numismatic market, a 1947 with S. Jefferson nickel in fine condition can easily command between $425,000, depending on eye appeal and color tone. The demand is strong, steady, and increasing, making it a fantastic addition to any collection or even a smart investment for future gains. Now, if you are a collector or aspiring to be one, here are some tips to keep in mind when dealing with Jefferson nickels, especially the 1947 with S. First, always look closely at the strike and preservation. Clear details on Jefferson's hair and Monticello's steps can drastically boost value. Second, check the edges for any nicks or damage. Condition is king in coin collecting. And third, consider grading your coin professionally if it is in exceptionally fine condition. A certified grade can dramatically increase both credibility and resale value. Let us not forget the joy and pride of owning such a historical artifact. Holding a 1947 with S. Jefferson nickel is like holding a small piece of post-war American heritage in your palm. It represents the resilience, craftsmanship, and spirit of a nation rebounding from global conflict. Every scratch, shade, and curve tells a story, making each coin unique, personal, and powerful. So in conclusion, the 1947 with S. Monticello Jefferson nickel is far more than just 5 cents. So in conclusion, the 1947 with S. Monticello Jefferson nickel is far more than just 5 cents. It is a rare gem from the past that continues to shine in the hands of collectors today. With its San Francisco origin, attractive gray shade, and increasing market demand, this coin holds strong collector and investment value. If you have one, consider it a prized asset. And if you do not, keep your eyes peeled, because the next great discovery could be in your change jar, flea market, or tucked away in a family collection. Next up, we are diving into an iconic and highly sought-after piece in the numismatic world, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel with the Denver D mint mark. At first glance, it might seem like just another nickel, but once we dig into its background, features, and rising demand, you will see why this coin is making waves in today's collectible market. Especially in circulated condition, this coin holds surprising value and is becoming increasingly desirable among coin enthusiasts and investors alike. Let us start with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, and it featured Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1964 version was the last year the United States Mint used nickel designs before a major coinage change in 1965, when silver content was eliminated from dimes and quarters. In fact, 1964 is one of the most important transitional years in United States coinage history. During this time, there was a coin shortage across the United States, and the government ramped up production significantly. As a result, large numbers of 1964 nickels were minted. But what sets the ones from the Denver Mint apart is their uniqueness and growing demand. The 1964 with D. Jefferson Nickel has some distinct features that draw collectors in. First, the letter D mint mark, located to the right of Monticello on the reverse, tells us it was minted in Denver. Although the total mintage was large, the demand for well-preserved, circulated examples has been rising steadily. The coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a distinctive color and shine when kept in good condition. In circulated condition, this coin still maintains sharp design elements, Jefferson's profile, the fine architectural details of Monticello, and even the lettering and mint mark are often well preserved, making it stand out from other nickels of the era. When it comes to rarity, it is not just about mintage numbers, it is about collector demand and the survival rate of specific conditions. While millions were minted, the 1964 with D nickel is now becoming harder to find in decent circulated condition. Many were lost, damaged, or melted over time. Today, collectors are on the lookout for examples that show moderate wear but still retain strong details. This rising demand means that even a circulated 1964 with D Jefferson nickel can command impressive prices depending on its eye appeal and overall state. Add to that the historical context and the fact that it is from a pivotal year in United States coinage, and you have a recipe for a coin that is far more valuable than its face value suggests. Now let us talk numbers. The current market value. A standard 1964 with D Jefferson nickel in circulated condition can easily fetch between $345,000. And if it is in particularly attractive shape with minimal surface damage, it could go higher, depending on the condition and buyer interest. And let us not forget that coin shows, online auctions, and collector forums often drive prices even higher, especially when a bidding war starts over a coin with great luster or strong strike detail. Compared to its original face value, the return on such a coin is simply outstanding. For collectors, the 1964 with D. Jefferson nickel is a smart addition to any portfolio. It is affordable, historically significant, and growing in desirability. Whether you are a beginner looking for a solid starter piece or a seasoned numismatist seeking coins with potential growth in value, this nickel ticks all the boxes. Experts often recommend keeping an eye out for coins with sharp Monticello steps, known as full steps, even in circulated examples. Such details can dramatically increase the value. Also, check your pocket change in old coin jars. You might already own one without realizing it. In conclusion, the 1964 with D. Jefferson nickel is not just a common coin, it is a hidden gem. With a rich history, unique mint identity, strong collector demand, and increasing market value, this piece has proven its worth time and again. Circulated or not, this nickel continues to attract attention in today's action-packed numismatic market. So if you have got one, hold on to it, and if you do not, it might be time to hunt one down. Next up, we are diving deep into an exceptional and highly sought-after collectible, the 1976 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without mint mark, uniquely presenting in a black-toned shade and preserved in fine condition. If you are a collector, investor, or simply fascinated by coins that hold historical weight and modern market value, you will want to stick with us until the very end. This specific coin is more than just a 5-cent piece. It is a slice of American heritage that is gaining incredible momentum in today's numismatic market. And yes, its value in the dollar market may absolutely surprise you. Let us take a step back into history. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the coin features a left-profile portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his estate, Monticello, on the reverse. Now, 1976 wasn't just any year, it marked America's bicentennial. While the nickel itself did not receive a special commemorative design like the quarter or dollar did that year, nickels minted in 1976 still carry immense collectible value due to their unique minting conditions, and, in rare cases like the one we are highlighting today, distinct characteristics that set them apart in the collecting world. What makes this specific 1976 nickel stand out from the millions that were circulated that year is its lack of a mint mark, combined with a rare blackened tone that collectors find deeply intriguing. A nickel without a mint mark in 1976 indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But what sets this coin even further apart is the striking dark coloration often referred to by collectors as a black shade. This could be the result of long-term oxidation, storage conditions, or unique chemical reactions that occurred during its time in circulation. Far from being a flaw, this natural patina is increasingly recognized as a beauty mark in the collecting world, with more and more collectors valuing such coins for their distinct personality and historical wear. Now let's talk rarity and demand. While the 1976 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is not rare by mintage numbers alone, finding one in fine condition with a deep black shade and minimal surface damage is truly exceptional. As you might know, many of these coins were heavily circulated, so their condition deteriorated quickly over time. The few that survived in fine or better condition, especially with such an eye-catching dark toning, are being snapped up by collectors who understand their scarcity and charm. This makes it not only a desirable find, but also a high-demand asset in the growing vintage coin market. Speaking of market value, let us get into the dollars and cents, literally. As of today's numismatic auction trends, a 1976 Jefferson nickel without mint mark and in ordinary circulated condition may be worth not a massive amount. But when we factor in the fine condition and especially the rare black toning, the value big jumped. Recent collector forums and private sales suggest these unique toned specimens are selling for $250,000. And in some cases, where the tone is visually striking and the coin is well preserved, buyers are willing to pay $300,000 or more. And that is just the current market. As demand continues to rise and supplies remain static or decline, the potential for long-term investment growth is absolutely real. If you are a collector or just getting started, there are a few important tips to keep in mind when hunting for a gem like this. First, always handle your coin by the edges to preserve its surface and patina. Second, proper storage is key. Using acid-free holders and keeping the coin in a temperature-stable environment will help maintain its unique black shade. When buying or selling, look for platforms that specialize in vintage and rare coins, or consider auction houses that cater to serious numismatists. And finally, be patient. These coins do not show up every day, but when they do, make sure you are ready to recognize and acquire them. In conclusion, the 1976 Monticello Jefferson nickel without mint mark, especially with that beautiful black shade in fine condition, is far more than a simple piece of pocket change. It is a fascinating artifact from a significant year in American history, a visual standout thanks to its dark toning, and a growing favorite in the rare coin market. As collectors become more educated and selective, pieces like this are gaining serious traction, both for their beauty and investment potential. Whether you're collecting for passion or for profit, this is one coin you absolutely want to keep your eye on. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into valuable world coins, United States, rarities, and everything in between. Let us know in the comments if you have ever come across a coin like this, or if there is another treasure you want us to feature in our next episode.